So guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be talking about some of my lessons that I learned this past month, which I had to learn the absolute hard way. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now the topic for today's video, ladies and gentlemen, is momentum and why you need momentum in order to be successful in whatever pursuit you're in. If you're an athlete, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a creator, whatever it may be, you need momentum. And if you don't have it, and if you don't get it, you're not going to be successful. And you're not going to see any progress or success. Now, the first reason as to why momentum is so important is if you keep restarting every single day, then that ultimately means that every day is going to feel like day one. And if every day is day one, then you're never going to get to day 2 and day 3 and day 4 and so on. And it is on day 100, 200 where you're actually going to see real results, real progress. And guys, this is not a secret, right? This simple yet kind of difficult truth has been around for centuries. This is literally Newton's first law. An object in rest stays at rest, yet an object in motion stays in motion. And it's so simple, guys, but it's so true. I think we've all seen that picture of the guy who's pushing a box or a square, and then on day 30 or something, it slowly starts becoming more circular. Soon enough becomes this perfect circle, which kind of rolls in and of itself. With little effort. And it's exactly the same with the momentum. If you keep pushing the ball every day, it will get easier to push as the days goes on. Because as I think most of us know, the start is always going to be the hardest part. The first dollar is always going to be the hardest to make. The first video is always going to be the hardest to publish. And the first 10 minutes of a race is often the most difficult because your body needs adapting. You need to adapt to the momentum, and you need to get that object, or you need to get yourself in that momentum. And in order to do that, you need to accelerate. Now the problem with that is that most people in today's society expects and definitely wants progress and results to be linear. And I think that's the problem with humans, because the harsh truth is that we often see results as linear, but in reality, results are way more exponential. You start off slow, and then you don't see progress for a long amount of time, then suddenly it feels like overnight success. You get that first dollar, suddenly every dollar after that becomes a little bit easier. And before you know a word of it, you're making $1 million a year. Right? The start is always going to be the hardest. No matter what. Because you need to accelerate. It's like getting a car up to speed. You can't put the car in 5th gear and just roll out on the highway. No. You gotta start it in 1st, then slowly 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 4th, and then 5th. And then you're going really fast. I mean, a rocket burns 80% of its fuel during the first 10 minutes or so. Once it is in space, however, it barely uses any fuel at all, right? And that's just so cool to think about. It just puts things in perspective, I guess. And now another truth which you guys just needs to realize as soon as possible. And it's the only way to lose is to stop. The only way to lose your momentum completely is to stop completely. It's like Newton's law. An object that stays at rest will stay rested, or something like that. You get my point, right? James Clear also made a statement on this in his book, Atomic Habits. And it's that a habit missed once is a mistake. However, a habit missed twice is the start of a new habit. Now what he's trying to emphasize with this is that you should never skip 2 days in a row, or you should never skip one action after one another. If you miss it once, then sure, it's fine, you can still get back up. But if you start missing day after day after day, you're soon gonna slip out of that habit, and that's not really something you want to do. At least not I. I kind of want to keep the momentum which I've built and utilize it the best I can. And now the last lesson I wanted to share with you guys is that stop waiting to be ready. And it's not more complicated than that. You will never feel more ready than you are. I think I said it in a previous video, like, the water doesn't get warmer if you jump in later. And I think that's a beautiful truth. Last video I made was about cold calling and how I hate cold calling with a passion. But when I did cold call those 30 leads, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready at all. I didn't feel ready, nor was I ready. Like, quite frankly, I didn't really know what my product is, and I still kind of don't know. But I'm figuring it out along the way, right? I'm figuring it out as I go. And the fact is that if you wait to feel ready and you wait for everything to be perfect, you will kill the little bit of momentum before you even started. You will kill all momentum before you even started. And that's a dangerous fact. So just start. Start pushing the ball little by little. Don't miss 2 days in a row, and just keep pushing. And soon the ball will roll by itself. Now I'm still in the journey where I'm pushing the ball every single day with lots of friction, but I'm still here. I'm still pushing the ball, and that's what I'm trying to tell you to do as well. You need to just push the ball, and the momentum will come. Because once you stay in that game for long enough, the actions will feel easy. The results will come naturally, and your identity will make success inevitable. Now, as always, I'm rooting for you guys, and so is God. Amen.